Okay. We've got a lot better quality with the new cameras that we're using. It's a Nikon P500. I kind of wanted to wait until we got this to do the follow-up on the Leatherwood, because I really want to be able to do it justice. I gave you a little bit of background on the Leatherwood when I first got it, and since then we've had all kind of camera issues and things like that, and I also misplaced the manual that came with it, so I've had to do some research on the internet, and Corbett Leatherwood, Jim Leatherwood's son, sent me a PDF version of it, so I was able to print it out, become more familiar with it, and I'm telling you, this thing is a thing of beauty. And there goes everything on the table. Look at this thing. It looks like it was meant to be on there. Maybe because it was. But we're going to get this zeroed today, and we're going to slay some zombie pumpkins for Halloween there, because they're a menace to society, and we must control them any way we can. But now some of the things I want to go over with this thing, if you look in the manual and read the manual, some of the parts of the manual may intimidate you. But I'm telling you, this thing was meant to be shooter friendly. That was the whole point of Jim Leatherwood creating this scope. It was for inexperienced shooters. People who needed to be accurate in a very short amount of time. So, the first thing you need to do is read that manual. And if part of it confuses you, read it again until you get it. And if that still confuses you, get on the internet. Because I'm telling you, Such has got some good things going on with his reviews. Or with Leatherwood's videos, he shows you how. If you go to HiluxOptics.com, they have video up there. Of course, that's who makes this, Hilux. Let's see if we can't get a good close-up of this. It's 2.5 to 10 power. By 44. I had to look, I couldn't remember. So it's a hand signal. When you look through the reticle of this thing, it is crystal clear. And I'm gonna try to get up here and give you a sense of what that right there, what you see. Think of how clear that is looking through this with your eye. And this is at 2.5 power right now. This is just awesome. The clarity, I've seen Leopolds that didn't have this kind of clarity. Burris, all these high-end scopes, I've seen all kinds of scopes that don't have this kind of clarity. It's nitrogen filled 1:2. You can control the zoom on this. Well, the zoom, when you have everything locked together, the cam, the range ring, the power ring, and you have everything locked together, the zoom is directly related to the cam and the range. Okay? All you need to do is, once you get ranged in, you disconnect this outer ring here, the power ring. You disconnect it, pull it back, and you can zoom in for that range. Now, of course, all you got to do is go back, lock, push back in, lock in, change your range, pull it back out, zoom in if you want 10 power all the time. There's a chart that tells you, and guys, oops, there's a chart that tells you, according to your caliber, the weight of the bullet, type of bullet, jacketed hollow point, ballistic point, stuff like that. It gives you a cam setting over here. Okay. So all you have to do is line up this arrow. You see it? Line up this arrow with the corresponding number in hundreds up here. So 2.5 is 250. Ours is 390, which would be the mark right before the 4. And that's where we're at. It's that simple, it really is. Now, we're going to try to get through here in a minute. We're going to give it a shot. No pun intended, really, but see what we can do. And we'll see you in a minute. Okay, so we were out the range and there was so much wind and we were having so much fun that we didn't get near as much footage as we needed to. And not only that, you wouldn't be able to hear half of what I was saying. So, and the slow-mo shots didn't come with any sound, so we figured we'd show you some of the slow-mo somewhere over there, maybe, if he can figure it out. But somewhere over here or back there or somewhere, while I'm talking about this, you'll see some of the slow-mo footage. So the long and short of the deal is we got it dialed in. We had a heck of a time because of the wind. And once we got it dialed in, we were hitting human head-sized pumpkins just left and right. Even a small 3-inch round bottle of tannerite from 150 yards, something like that. And I mean, it was nothing. And in that wind, for this thing to be able to direct you onto your target is just awesome. For $349, this is a steal. It's an absolute steal. Look at that. It's beautiful. It looks good on top of that carbon 15 that I got. Saw the video on that. And it does add about 2 pounds to your rifle. So a 5-pound rifle is going to weigh 7. A 7-pound rifle is going to weigh 9. You know, and that was just on a 16-inch barrel AR-15, you know, and it did a really, really good job. I love this thing. If you have somebody that you need to learn how to shoot, now one of the things I forgot to tell you about is when you have this thing zoomed all the way into 10 power using this outer ring right here, you can use the reticle as a standard mil dot, meaning you can find your range. You have to be at 10 power though to be able to use that as a standard mil dot. This is just an awesome piece of equipment. I love it. And I plan, you'll see in some of our future videos, I'm going to dedicate this to that rifle, but I'm going to start putting this on other rifles as we get them and zero each one, lock the zero for each one down, and then maybe one day we'll go out there and just keep switching them and see if we can get directly to the zero for that particular rifle and see how well that works. But as far as holding the zero, it did great. Once we got dialed in, it was just bam, 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 and just right on the money. And we were thinking of it as, you know, like I said, human-sized heads for pumpkins. And I mean, kill shot or a liver shot or a lung shot, you know, on a deer in that particular sized area. So, and it was nailing them left and right. So, is it worth the money? You betcha. Is it everything that everyone says it is? It really is. You look at Corbett Leatherwood's videos on this particular rifle scope, and he makes reference to some other books from back in the Vietnam era, and they say it was a dream to shoot. You just dial in and shoot. And it's true. It is absolutely true. So that's the Leatherwood right there. See it? Beauty. And this is now part of my Carbon 15. So I may end up having to get another one to put on something else. But if this thing was meant for an inexperienced shooter, then it'll take an inexperienced shooter and make them good. It'll take a good shooter and make them better. And it'll take one of the better shooters and make them absolutely deadly. I think this is just an awesome scope. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you next time.